Good morning, everyone. My name is Edi Sarwono and my team Badringatul Soliha. We are from Universitas Negeri Semarang. Today, we are pleased to present our study entitled Corporate Environmental Performance in Taiwan, a multidimensional analysis of GHG, energy, water, and waste management across industries from 2016 to 2023. This research offers a comprehensive overview of how Taiwanese industries manage environmental issues over an 8-year period based on extensive DHG data. And move to the background of this study. Climate risk and greenhouse gas emission continue to rise globally, and Taiwan, being highly industrialized, face increasing pressure to strengthen environmental responsibility. Environmental disclosure has become an essential measure of corporate accountability. However, company responses vary significantly. Many firms have adopted strong sustainability practice, while others remain dependent on resource-intensive operation. And this background have several key challenges, such as balancing environmental spending with short-term financial goals, unequal progress across water use, waste management, and GHG reduction. And then disclosure transparency, and the last, industry-specific operational pressure shaping environmental behavior. Go to the next slide. Taiwan's economy is driven by key industrial clusters such as electronic, petrochemical, steel, and construction sector that are simultaneously crucial for economic growth and major contributor to emission. While some companies have made progress in waste reduction, recycling, and energy efficiency, overall improvement remain uneven. Thus, a detailed, multidimensional analysis is necessary to understand how different industries respond to environmental demand. And continue to research method. Our research used data from Taiwan Economic Journal or TEJ covering 18,054 firm year observation between 2016 and 2023. We evaluate performance across 5 key indicators. The first, GHG emission score. The second, energy management score. The third, water and wastewater management score. The fourth, waste and hazardous material management score. And the last, composite environmental score. We also categorize companies into high carbon and low carbon industries. And analysis include descriptive statistics, annual trend evaluations, cross industries comparison, and visual tools such as a radar chart. Go to the next slide. According to this table, the GHG emission score has the highest variations with a standard deviation above or more than 25. This indicates significant difference in carbon-related practice across industries. And for energy management score, show lower variations, likely because energy saving programs are more standardized. The standard deviation shown here is 17.032. And for the composite score has the smallest deviations 11.036 as it averages multiple dimensions and therefore become more stable. And in this slide, we can see that our finding highlight clear differences among industries. For the first, the top performers such as glass and ceramic, rubber and paper pulp are the top performers. And the second, for the strong mid-range such as finance, food, and plastic, show stable mid-range performance supported by consistent governance structures. And the third, the balanced sector such as electronic, construction, and textile industries maintain balanced but moderate score. And the last, the lower performers such as tourism, shipping, and trade. In this slide, we can see the figure and table. When comparing high carbon and low carbon sector, several insights emerge. Low carbon industries tend to achieve higher GHG score because their reporting system are more mature, not necessarily because they emit less. And for high carbon industries, show stronger performance in energy and water management due to cost-driven efficiency effort, especially in cement, steel, paper, and plastic. Interestingly, the composite score of both groups are nearly identical, indicating that performance varies largely by dimensions, influenced by operational and reporting characteristics. And this slide shows us for 8-year trend analysis. Start from water and water, GHG emission, waste and hazardous materials, environment score, and energy management. Over the 8-year period, environmental indicators remain relatively stable. Start from 2016 to 2021 is almost stable. However, there is a noticeable decline in 2022, which appears across almost all dimensions because the COVID-19 issues. And then by 2023, the score returned to earlier level. Go to the discussions. Our finding highlight several important points. The first, environmental disclosure function as a structured routine. Companies rarely show rapid year-to-year environment unless pressured by regulation or market force. And then external disruption method. Similar to global studies on COVID-19, Taiwan firms shifted focus from environmental initiative to operational survival during crisis period. And also, industry context play a crucial role. High impact sector emphasizes efficiency to reduce operational costs. And also, service-oriented sector excel in reporting and governance. Go to the conclusion. To conclude this study, environmental performance in Taiwan is generally stable, with gradual improvement, but a few major shifts. Sectoral differences are pronounced. Some industries excel in disclosure, other in operational efficiency. The 2023 to decline reflect temporary challenges rather than long-term deterioration, as 2023 marked a full recovery. And then for the policy implication, from a policy perspective, this means that regulation should not only encourage disclosure but also support real performance enhancement across all environmental dimensions. That's all my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.